Good morning, friends. Jill and Nathan here.
Hey guys.
We wanted to give a little moving update video. We haven't really talked about the move a whole lot, I think, because we've kind of just been in the thick of showing our house and trying to do all the things that need to get done on our house, which has really been time consuming. You guys know we live in a fixer-upper, and so we have made a lot of progress on a lot of the projects that we had. We still do have a couple pretty large projects left to finish, but I'm finally seeing the end in sight. Are you?
Absolutely.
Okay, we're getting there. But one of the biggest things that just happened, I guess last weekend, we had a pod dropped off to our house. You want to go show them? Because I don't really know any of the specs about this. Yeah. So the pod is, how big is it?
It is 8 foot wide, 8 foot tall, 16 foot long.
So it is literally smack dab right in the front of our house. Do you think all of our stuff will fit in here though?
Absolutely not.
No, okay.
No, but majority of the big stuff, will fit, but we will have to probably take a couple trailer loads of stuff. Yeah. So we're trying to downsize.
We are trying to downsize. We're trying to get rid of a lot of stuff. It is still though like pretty big. So like, what do you think is gonna fit in there?
I mean, we're gonna stack it up high, so we're gonna.
So like all of our totes, or like, are you thinking like all beds and mattresses, or?
Well, so the idea is to, you know, have everything moved and then leave enough room to throw the beds and mattresses on the tail end. You know, I mean, that's something we're going to use up until the last day we're here. So that's going to be something that's thrown on the end. But we've got boxes and totes that we can stack 8 foot high. Just trying to utilize, you know, not only the width and the depth, but the height, you know, just maximizing the space. So what's really cool about the pods is when they come pick it up, it's essentially like a little crane. It picks it up and it always keeps it level, so it never tips. That's nice. Yeah, so I wasn't here when they unloaded, but they were telling me that the way they load it, they pick it up, and so it never teeter-totters, so you don't have to worry about your stuff bouncing around in there. So that's cool. So right now the plan is to move. Do you know how many days it is? So we are planning on moving the second week in August, right? Right. Okay, because I think I might have mentioned this to you guys. We have never taken a vacation, ever. We've been on that pretty tight Dave Ramsey budget for several years, trying to get out of debt. And so last year was the first year that we had the flexibility to go on vacation. And we all know what happened last year, so obviously that didn't happen. So we had promised our kids this year we are gonna make it a priority. We have budgeted for this, we're gonna go on vacation. And so we booked this when we thought originally we were gonna be moving and buying Jess and Maya's house in October. Was that the original plan? Right. And then after, you know, them wanting their kids to be in South Carolina by the time school started, Charlie started school, us really wanting to be moved into our new place for her to start school with everyone else. Obviously plans shifted a little. And so we had already booked and paid for this vacation, and we also didn't want to have 2 years go by when we had promised the kids something and we weren't able to deliver. So we're actually going on vacation the first week in August, which is why we decided to do this pod. I'm fogging up here, y'all. It's really hot and muggy here. Which is why we had decided to do this pod, because the plan is to get everything loaded and packed in here. And then when we get back from vacation, the pod will have already been delivered to Jess and Maya's, I guess our new place, so weird. And then we can just start unloading. Is that kind of the plan? That is the plan, if everything works out for them as well. Yeah, which I actually think they are planning on being out sooner, but unfortunately we're still not really in a place because of our vacation where even if they have transitioned to South Carolina sooner, we're still not gonna be able to transition out of here really any sooner. Yeah. Well, and yeah, that's true. So we're just kind of taking it day by day. We went to Jess and Maya's this weekend and they have lots of things packing. It's making me feel slightly behind, but I am trying to take into consideration there's the possibility that they're gonna be moving like 2 weeks before we're able to move. And so
I'm really gonna put an emphasis on like packing stuff up. Like Nathan said, we are gonna be getting rid of a lot of things. It is a much bigger house. Our house now is like what, 2,000, almost 2,100 square feet. I don't know how big their house is. It's pretty big.
It's bigger.
It's bigger. There's the whole downstairs, and so all of our stuff's kind of hodgepodge. We are shopping things at thrift stores, which obviously you can't just go and like, you have to go and shop and find something that really like sticks out. And so we know that it's gonna be gradual trying to buy furniture and things like that we need. But I just didn't really wanna move all this stuff now. I'd rather just get rid of it and then slowly replace it when we can. So I'm hoping that that will eliminate a lot of the stuff that we need to move just by getting rid of it and just being able to replace it as we can. Mm-hmm. Which allows us the chance to declutter, which is really important because I tend to collect quite a few things. So it was time to purge. We will have been in this house 4 years, the middle of this month.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we've collected quite a few things in the past 4 years.
Jill has a problem with rattan furniture, so.
I do. If you know any that's for sale, let me know. I can't help it. It's just my vibe. Many of you guys have been asking, how are the kids feeling? Are they excited about the transition? Are they nervous? What are they most excited about? And so Nate and I, you know, we have talked about our kids. We have talked about this with our kids several times, but I thought it'd be fun if we just asked them some questions and kind of, you know, talk through that with you guys as well. All right, girls, y'all ready? I did put a kale pin on your hat. All right, let's sit down. Ooh, it got dark in here. All right. I think we can gather up seats.
Tilt it up, though.
Yeah, I can fix it. So June's sleeping, which obviously June doesn't, you know, talk a whole lot, so she didn't have a big opinion. We're gonna assume that she's excited, though. We're getting there, guys. Y'all are cute. So Peyton is with us this weekend. You guys ask about Peyton a lot, and she's not in a lot of vlogs with me. So this is a fun little surprise. All right, here we go. Okay, y'all ready?
Yeah.
Hey everybody, Charlie, Peyton. You wanna say hi to everybody?
Hi.
So they have been asking if you guys are excited for this move, and so I just want to know, Charlie, are you excited for this move?
Yes.
What are you most excited about?
Having more animals.
Having more animals? What kind of animals do you want?
The pigs.
You want a pig?
What about an elephant?
Oh, you know what she told me the other day she wanted? Are you about to say it? Come here.
The peacock.
Yeah, remember
Yeah.
She told me the other day she wanted a peacock, and we decided that if we got a peacock, what were we gonna name it? Do you remember? Penny the peacock. So you're excited for the pigs. What else?
The ducks.
The ducks. You want some ducks. All right. So I don't think we definitely won't have pigs right away, right?
No.
That'll be something after we have spent some time trying to rebuild soil and grasses that we will put back in. We will still have pigs in the same area though that they do have pigs, but that'll be something we probably transition into later. And originally we weren't really sure, and this is another question you guys have asked often, is what animals are Jess and Maya taking? And originally that was kind of unclear because they weren't sure what they were going to be doing. They were going to be living in the camper. Now that they have a home situation set up, they do have the ability to take more animals. So to my knowledge, they are going to be taking all their chickens and their ducks. And so we're probably just going to order ducks from Murray McMurray once we get there. That is something though that the ducks that lay those big black charcoal eggs, like I want those. The kids kind of think ducks are really cool. So that's one of those things that we're just gonna kind of get a feel of the space and the situation, transition for a little while, settle for a little while, and then we'll start adding in whatever animals that we're deciding that we're gonna add in. So you're excited for more animals. What else, Charlie?
About the garden.
That you get to have your own garden. What are you gonna plant in your garden?
Cucumbers.
Okay.
And carrots and potatoes.
cucumbers,
Potatoes.
carrots, and potatoes. What about some flowers? There's a rose bush in that garden. Do you want some more flowers in there? Yeah. That's good. So Peyton, what are you most excited about moving?
Well, when we do move to the new house, we will have a lot more land.
Yeah?
And I like how me and Charlie can just go go somewhere and have some adventures. And
Yeah.
it'll be really fun with the girls.
Yeah, that will be really fun.
Yep. Hopefully we're gonna get a side-by-side or UTV and
Yeah, that was certainly something we figured out when we farm set for Jess and Maya. Their four-wheeler broke. And Nathan and I had to walk all the buckets of feed around all 4.5 acres to feed the animals. And so we realized, oh goodness, if we have animals, on the back part of this property or whatever, we're definitely gonna have to look into some sort of, side-by-side or something. So we have been shopping that. Unfortunately, there's just not a lot of used options, and they hold their value so well that it's almost just like, gosh, why would you even buy a used one? So those are also things that we're trying to take into consideration when it comes to adjusting and transitioning. What is something that we immediately need? What is something that we can get by with? I think that our rabbits for the first portion are just going to be in the backyard grazing, while we try to rebuild some of the other pastures until we move them. Yeah, it's definitely just going to be a season of transition. I think we're giving ourselves grace, obviously for me, I'm really excited about the growing space I'm stepping into. However, that is more growing space than I've ever grown in, ever. And so I know that I'm going to have grace with myself. And it's probably unrealistic to think that I could go and have all the raised bed gardens planted, the high tunnel, the in-ground gardens planted, by this fall. I just don't know that that's a realistic goal to set for myself with all the other things that I do.
have a little grace with me too, getting them prepped, so.
Yeah, because we are going to have to tear out the summer garden and replant the fall garden. So those are things you guys know we're going to take you guys along for the journey and just be very transparent in the process. But it is going to be such a year of growth and refinement and figuring out the new normal and what's going to work. And so although I would love to say, oh yeah, I'm going to go in there and I'm going to wildly plant this garden with everything, I just don't know that for this fall that's a realistic goal for myself. So I'm just gonna take it one step at a time, do what I can do, plant what I can plant, give myself grace in the process. Nathan, what are you most excited about in this move?
Oh goodness, there's several things. Just the land in general.
Yeah.
I'm excited about. I love how it's laid out. I love what they have done with the property as far as laying out everything. And so, when we do incorporate animals, just the different paddocks and the way we're going to be able to rotate them.
Yeah.
And
Which you already have some vision for that too, right?
Yeah, I have some vision, and we talked with our friend Sean, who's really good about just planning, or taking an area and just planning it out. And so we've talked about it, but there's a couple pieces on the property that they're not utilizing now that I think is really pretty.
Yeah.
There's a largely covered wooded area to the west of the big raised bed garden that I think is beautiful that we could do something with.
Can we tell them about the... But do we need to wait?
This is a dream.
This is a dream. I'm going to speak my dreams because if I speak them, there's a level of accountability. And I find value in speaking my dreams to life. So where Jess and Maya have the bee mural that Nana and Malia painted, they're not taking that with them. And that is obviously a very special thing that has a lot of meaning to their family. And we really felt like that needed to be utilized well. And so Nathan and I have always had this vision of farm to table dinners. This very intimate thing where we rally around other farmers in the community. And we've just really felt a call for this for years, and we didn't. We're kind of too far out here to do that. And we also we didn't really have the space for it. Well, they have this huge, what kind of tree is that?
I'm not sure.
They have a huge big tree. And they have that beautiful mural, and so we thought about making that an outdoor kitchen and putting a big table there and having these farm to table dinners, and really just being able to go to the garden and harvest, bring things immediately to those outdoor kitchen, cook it up. It'd be
neat.
It would just be this really, really pretty thing. And so those are one of the things when we think about like dreaming on that property and making that property our own. These are some of the things that we're thinking about doing that we think will add our own personal touches in it while also really respecting the hard work that they've already put into it.
Yeah, it's just when you have family and friends over, it's just a unique, beautiful piece. It's a beautiful piece beautiful spot on the property to do something like that. One thing I admire, Jessica and Jeremiah for is they always are welcoming other people. Like
Always.
It seems like every other weekend they have somebody staying with them from out of state or whatever, just whether they're passing through or whatnot. But just having that space that we can take everyone out of the home into a space, cook for them, that's just a great entertaining spot for me.
All right, so those are some of our dreams for the new place. There's a chicken right there. Instead of squirrels, chicken. So we are excited overall. I think the transition for the kids is going to be a lot easier because it is a space that they're familiar with. They've been going over there for years, so it's not like they're going to a foreign home that they don't know what to expect. Like, Peyton has gone into Malia's room, which will now be her room. And so I think that even with Nathan and I, like I've expressed, I don't do transition well, but with it being a place that I'm so familiar with and I spend so much time in already, I think that it will make the transition that much easier. And so we are really excited. We do have quite a few things left to do here, but we're just gonna kick it into high gear, start packing. The girls have started packing their room, packing up their clothes. And so I think that as we're walking through the house and decorations are coming off the walls and boxes are getting, piled up in the hallways, it's making me really aware that like, wow, and just
real.
In a couple months we're moving. It makes it very real. So we are super excited. Thank you guys for asking, how the transition's going for us, what we're excited about. Thanks for letting us just share this journey with you guys. We're real excited for what's to come. So thanks for hanging out. We'll talk to you soon.
Bye, guys.
Bye.